we're going to get started on fin number 2, and I've already reworked the design for this fin once to help it close better. I may rework it more as I go. This is all a learning process for me. And if you want to see the measurements and the score marks that make it into the final product, I'll put those in the description box down below, and I'll post them as I'm working on them, kind of down in this section down here. For page 5, we're going to add 2 flaps. The outer flap is going to open to the left, and that's going to have a pocket for tags or folio or something. And then the inner flap is going to open to the right, and that's going to contain a waterfall. And then the base page is going to have another pocket. I'll probably end up putting a folio in there. I'm not real sure. So that'll be during the embellishment phase of this book. And also the reason why you see that I've already got some of these trimmed out is because I went to my scraps first and trimmed up scraps that would work because I'm still conserving papers. I've got a delivery scheduled for the middle of next week. Hopefully it'll get here before we get close to the end of the album. Otherwise I'll just have to, delay the album for a little bit. And I'm filming, today is January. This year has been so messed up. It is July 11th. So we are still in the middle of COVID-19. So I can't just go down to Michael's and go get some more papers. that was a fun little adventure into seeing how much glue Katie could get on places in her project that aren't supposed to have glue, all while the battery is running out on the camera. So yeah, that was an interesting challenge, trying to figure out the order to place things down in order to get the magnets attached correctly. So ultimately I think I figured it out. Go ahead and glue the flaps down first, add the pocket, add the magnets, mat this section, and go ahead, and I ended up having to alter the measurements on this side from what I had originally in my notes. So I will be sure and add those down there as I was going along. And then the next step is to add the magnet here, mat that, add the pocket, add the magnet here, and then mat that. So now we're going to move on to, I'm probably going to go ahead and mat this section out here, and then add the waterfall, the other pocket, and matting on the inside. should be able to get through pages 6 and 7 without getting glue all over my project and all over everything where it's not supposed to be. Since there's not going to be a gusset between these two pages, the design is going to be pretty flat, just some pockets going in different directions. And from one page to the other, they're going to be a mirror, in the design at least, maybe not in the papers, because I'm focusing on using up the scraps that I've got before cutting into another page. So if we can mirror it with both the design and the pattern papers, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry about it too much. We're going to add the second of 3 shaker elements. And if you've been at this a while, you might have had a few ideas about page 1, and I certainly learned a bit about adding a shaker. You should check out that video. It's going to be the second video in this playlist. This time the shaker is going to flip down. It's going to have magnets and a hidden pocket. forgot to flip this around because this was going to be down here, but do you see a problem? I see a problem. So I'm just going to redesign this page so that the shaker element is up here and it'll flip up. On the upside, I don't think I'm going to have to magnetize it if it's flipping up because gravity will help hold it in place. Well, aside from the mishap with the shaker being flipped, and I think if I had scooted this mat down a little bit, then I wouldn't have this little, it's not going to be perceivable when there's a tag in there, but I know it's there, so it's kind of irritating me. But other than that, I think that went together pretty well. The last thing to do is add it to the album.